Hello, English learners, and welcome back to English Club. My name is Emily, and I'm thrilled to be here with you for episode 2.
And I'm Paul. Hi, everyone. Emily, it's great to be back with our listeners.
It really is. You know, Paul, after the amazing response we got from episode 1, I'm even more excited about today's episode.
Me too. We received so many wonderful comments and messages from our listeners. People from all over the world told us how much they enjoyed learning about forgetting names and those embarrassing social situations.
It was fantastic, and many people asked us to cover business English topics, which is perfect because that's exactly what we're doing today.
That's right. Today's episode is all about business English. We're going to focus on common business situations, professional vocabulary, and the kind of English you'll need in a workplace environment.
Whether you're preparing for a job interview, working in an international company, or just want to improve your professional English skills, this episode is for you.
Absolutely. And we're going to use the same effective method we used in episode 1. We'll start with a dialogue at natural speed, then we'll break it down and explain everything, and finally, we'll listen to it again so you can see how much you've learned.
Before we begin, let me ask our listeners something. How many of you work in an office? Or maybe you're students preparing to enter the business world?
Good question. Business English is so important these days because English has become the international language of business. Even if you're working in your home country, you might need to communicate with international clients or colleagues.
Exactly. And business English isn't as difficult as people think. Yes, there's some specific vocabulary, but a lot of it is about being polite, professional, and clear in your communication.
That's a great point, Emily. In today's dialogue, we're going to listen to a conversation between two colleagues at work. One of them has a problem with a project deadline, and they need to discuss it with their manager.
This is such a common situation. Almost everyone has experienced a time when they realized they couldn't meet a deadline or when they needed to ask for help with a project.
Right. And we're going to learn some really useful phrases for these situations. Professional phrases that will help you sound confident and competent in the workplace.
Now, before we play the dialogue, I want to remind our listeners that it's okay if you don't understand everything the first time. Just try to get the general idea of what's happening.
Yes, listen for the overall meaning. Who are the people? What's the problem? How do they solve it? Don't worry about every single word.
Perfect advice, Paul. Okay, everyone, are you ready? Let's listen to today's dialogue. Remember, this is at natural speed, the speed that native speakers actually use in real business conversations.
Here we go.
Good morning, Paul. Do you have a moment? I need to discuss something important with you.
Of course, Emily. Come in and have a seat. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm working on the marketing report for the Johnson account, and I've run into a bit of a problem.
Oh, what kind of problem?
The thing is, the deadline is Friday, but I've just realized there's much more data to analyze than I originally thought. I'm concerned I won't be able to finish on time.
I see. That is concerning. Have you made much progress so far?
I've completed about 60% of the report. The research and initial analysis are done, but the final sections are taking longer than expected.
Okay, let me think. This report is quite important for our meeting with the client next week. What do you think would be a realistic timeline?
If I could have until Monday afternoon, I'm confident I could deliver a high-quality report. Alternatively, I could finish by Friday if someone could assist me with the data analysis.
I appreciate you bringing this to my attention early. Let me see if Michael from the analytics team can help you out. In the meantime, keep me posted on your progress.
That would be incredibly helpful. Thank you so much for understanding.
No problem. We're a team, and it's important that we deliver quality work. Let's touch base tomorrow morning to see how things are going.
Okay, so that was our business dialogue. Paul, what did you think?
Well, I think there were definitely some professional phrases in there that our listeners might not have heard before.
Absolutely. This is real business English, the kind of language you'll hear in offices, meetings, and professional environments every day.
Now, let's break this down step by step. We're going to go through the dialogue carefully and explain all the important phrases and vocabulary.
Let's start from the very beginning. I said, "Good morning, Paul. Do you have a moment? I need to discuss something important with you."
Excellent. So our first key phrase is, do you have a moment?
This is such a useful phrase. Paul, why don't you explain this one?
Sure. Do you have a moment is a polite way to ask if someone has time to talk to you. It's very professional and respectful.
Exactly. You're not demanding their time. You're politely asking if they're available. It shows respect for the other person's schedule.
You can use this phrase in many situations. For example, if you need to talk to your boss, you might say, "Excuse me, do you have a moment? I'd like to discuss the project with you."
Or if you need help from a colleague, you could say, "Hi, Paul, do you have a moment? I have a quick question about the report."
The great thing about this phrase is that it gives the other person a chance to say yes or not right now, but I can talk later.
Right. They might respond, "Sure, what do you need?" Or, "I'm quite busy right now, but I'll be free in an hour. Can we talk then?"
Exactly. It's all about being polite and professional. Now, there's also a variation of this phrase. You can say, "Do you have a minute?"
Yes. Do you have a minute and do you have a moment mean exactly the same thing. Both are asking for a short amount of time.
Although, to be honest, when we say a moment or a minute, we usually mean more than 60 seconds. It might be 5 or 10 minutes of conversation.
That's true. It's just a polite way of saying, "I need some of your time." Now, let's look at the next part. You responded, "Of course, Emily. Come in and have a seat. What's on your mind?"
What's on your mind? This is another great phrase.
It is. What's on your mind means what are you thinking about or what do you want to talk about?
It's a friendly, open way to ask someone what they need. You're inviting them to share their thoughts or concerns.
You'll hear this phrase a lot in professional environments, especially from managers or supervisors. It shows that they're ready to listen.
For example, if you look worried or stressed, a colleague might ask you, "Hey, you seem concerned. What's on your mind?"
Or if you schedule a meeting with your boss, they might start the meeting by asking, "So what's on your mind today?"
Now, let's continue with the dialogue. You said, "Well, I'm working on the marketing report for the Johnson account, and I've run into a bit of a problem."
Run into a problem. This is an important phrase.
Very important. When you run into a problem, it means you've encountered a problem or discovered a problem unexpectedly.
The phrase run into suggests that you didn't expect the problem. It just appeared or you discovered it while working on something.
Let me give you some examples. I was preparing the presentation, but I ran into a problem with the software.
Or we were planning the event for next month, but we've run into some budget problems.
I was writing the report, but I ran into a problem. I don't have access to the data I need.
These are all very natural uses of this phrase. And notice that it's more professional and less dramatic than saying, "I have a big problem."
Exactly. "I've run into a problem" sounds calmer and more professional. It suggests you're looking for a solution, not panicking.
Now you asked, "Oh, what kind of problem?" This is a very natural response. You want more information.
Right, I'm not assuming anything. I'm asking for details. This is good professional communication.
Then I explained, "The thing is, the deadline is Friday, but I've just realized there's much more data to analyze than I originally thought."
Let's focus on "the thing is." This is a very conversational phrase.
The thing is used to introduce an explanation or to explain a problem. It's like saying, "Here's the situation," or "Let me explain."
You use it when you're about to explain something that might be difficult or problematic. For example, "I'd love to help you with the project. The thing is, I'm already working on 3 other deadlines."
Or, "I want to attend the meeting. The thing is, I have a doctor's appointment at the same time."
"The restaurant looks great. The thing is, it's quite expensive and I'm on a tight budget."
All of these examples show how the thing is introduces a complication or explanation. It's very natural in both business and casual English.
Now you continued, "I'm concerned I won't be able to finish on time."
"I'm concerned" is much more professional than saying, "I'm worried."
Exactly. Both mean the same thing, but "I'm concerned" sounds more professional and businesslike.
In a business environment, you want to sound competent and professional, even when discussing problems. Saying, "I'm concerned" rather than "I'm worried" or "I'm panicking" maintains that professional tone.
You can use this phrase in many situations. "I'm concerned about the budget for this project."
"I'm concerned
That we might not meet the client's expectations.
I'm concerned the timeline is too aggressive for our team.
All of these sound professional and measured. You're expressing a legitimate worry, but you're doing it calmly and professionally.
Now, I responded, "I see. That is concerning. Have you made much progress so far?"
Notice how you're gathering information before jumping to solutions. This is very important in business communication.
Absolutely. I'm not immediately saying yes or no to extending the deadline. First, I want to understand the situation fully.
Have you made much progress? Is asking how much work has been completed. It's a neutral question that helps assess the situation.
You then explained, "I've completed about 60% of the report. The research and initial analysis are done, but the final sections are taking longer than expected."
Notice how specific I was. I gave a percentage and explained exactly what's done and what's remaining.
This is excellent business communication. When you're discussing a problem with the deadline, it's important to be specific and honest about where you are in the project.
Vague answers like, "I've done some of it," or "I'm working on it," aren't helpful. Being specific shows professionalism and helps your manager or colleague understand the situation.
Then I said, "Okay, let me think." This report is quite important for our meeting with the client next week. What do you think would be a realistic timeline?
Let me think is a natural pause phrase. It shows you're considering the situation.
And then I asked a brilliant question. What do you think would be a realistic timeline?
This is such good management. Instead of just telling me what to do, you're asking for my professional opinion.
Realistic timeline means a schedule that's actually achievable, not optimistic or rushed.
By asking this question, you're showing respect for my expertise and judgment. You trust me to know how long the work will realistically take.
Now, you responded with a solution. You said, if I could have until Monday afternoon, I'm confident I could deliver a high-quality report. Alternatively, I could finish by Friday if someone could assist me with the data analysis.
This is excellent. I'm offering 2 possible solutions, not just saying I can't do it.
I'm confident I could deliver is a strong professional phrase. It shows assurance without being arrogant.
And notice the word deliver here. In business English, we often use deliver to mean complete and present something.
I'll deliver the report by Friday means I'll complete the report and give it to you by Friday.
We delivered the project on time means we completed the project and gave it to the client on time.
Then you use the word alternatively to introduce a second option.
Alternatively is a very professional way to say or another option is.
It's much more formal and businesslike than just saying or.
I could work late tonight to finish this. Alternatively, I could come in early tomorrow morning.
These sound much more professional than just saying, or I could come in early.
Now you responded, I appreciate you bringing this to my attention early.
I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. This is a key business phrase.
It means thank you for telling me about this, or I'm glad you informed me.
Bringing something to someone's attention means informing them about something important.
This phrase is very common in business. I wanted to bring this issue to your attention.
If you notice any problems, please bring them to my attention immediately.
Thank you for bringing this matter to my attention.
All of these are very professional and formal ways of talking about sharing information.
Then you said, let me see if Michael from the analytics team can help you out. In the meantime, keep me posted on your progress.
Help you out is a casual way of saying help you or assist you.
It's interesting because help out is actually quite informal, but it's perfectly acceptable in a professional environment. It makes the offer of help sound friendly and supportive.
Can you help me out with this report? Sure, I'd be happy to help out.
Then we have in the meantime. This is a transitional phrase.
In the meantime means while we're waiting or during this time before something else happens.
So you're saying, while I'm arranging for Michael to help you, continue working and keep me informed.
In the meantime, it's very common in business. We're waiting for approval from the CEO. In the meantime, let's continue with the preliminary work.
The new software will arrive next week. In the meantime, please continue using the old system.
And then I said, keep me posted on your progress.
Keep me posted is such a common phrase. It means continue to inform me or continue to update me.
When someone says keep me posted, they want you to regularly update them about what's happening.
I'm going to work from home today. Keep me posted if anything urgent comes up.
I'm meeting with the client this afternoon. Keep me posted on how it goes.
We're waiting to hear back from the supplier. Keep me posted when they respond.
All of these are natural, common uses. And you can also say keep me in the loop, which means exactly the same thing.
Yes, keep me in the loop is another way of saying keep me informed.
Now, you responded, that would be incredibly helpful. Thank you so much for understanding.
Notice how I expressed gratitude. This is important in professional communication.
Absolutely. Even though I'm your manager and it's my job to help solve problems, you still thanked me. This maintains a positive professional relationship.
Thank you for understanding is a particularly nice phrase. It acknowledges that you're being flexible and supportive.
Finally, I said, no problem. We're a team, and it's important that we deliver quality work. Let's touch base tomorrow morning to see how things are going.
We're a team. This is reassuring and supportive. You're emphasizing that we work together.
And then I used another important business phrase, let's touch base.
Let's touch base is a very common business idiom. It means let's make contact or let's check in with each other.
It comes from baseball, actually. In baseball, players need to touch the base. In business, touching base means making contact or checking in.
Let's touch base next week to discuss the project.
I'll touch base with you on Monday to see how the presentation went.
Touch base with the client before finalizing the proposal.
All very common in business English. You can also say, let's check in, which means the same thing.
Excellent. So we've gone through the entire dialogue and explained all the key phrases. Paul, should we review them before listening again?
Great idea. Let's do a quick summary on our key business phrases.
Number 1, do you have a moment? Politely asking if someone has time to talk.
Number 2, what's on your mind?
asking what someone wants to discuss.
Number 3, run into a problem. Encounter or discover a problem unexpectedly.
Number 4, the thing is introducing an explanation or complication.
Number 5, I'm concerned. Professional way to express worry.
Number 6, realistic timeline, a schedule that's actually achievable.
Number 7, I'm confident I could deliver. Expressing assurance about completing something.
Number 8, alternatively, professional way to introduce another option.
Number 9, bring to someone's attention. Inform someone about something important.
Number 10, help out, casual way to offer or ask for help.
Number 11, in the meantime, while waiting or during the time before something happens.
Number 12, keep me posted, continue to inform or update someone.
And number 13, touch base. Make contact or check in with someone.
Those are 13 essential business English phrases. If you learn these, you'll sound much more professional and natural in a business environment.
Now, let's listen to the dialogue again. This time we'll play it a bit slower, and you should understand so much more.
As you listen, try to identify all the phrases we just discussed. See how they're used naturally in the conversation.
Here we go. Dialogue 2, slower speed. Good morning, Paul. Do you have a moment? I need to discuss something important with you.
Of course, Emily. Come in and have a seat. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm working on the marketing report for the Johnson account, and I've run into a bit of a problem.
Oh? What kind of problem?
The thing is, the deadline is Friday, but I've just realized there's much more data to analyze than I originally thought. I'm concerned I won't be able to finish on time.
I see. That is concerning. Have you made much progress so far?
I've completed about 60% of the report. The research and initial analysis are done, but the final sections are taking longer than expected.
Okay, let me think. This report is quite important for our meeting with the client next week. What do you think would be a realistic timeline?
If I could have until Monday afternoon, I'm confident I could deliver a high-quality report. Alternatively, I could finish by Friday if someone could assist me with the data analysis.
I appreciate you bringing this to my attention early. Let me see if Michael from the analytics team can help you out. In the meantime, keep me posted on your progress.
That would be incredibly helpful. Thank you so much for understanding.
No problem. We're a team, and it's important that we deliver quality work. Let's touch base tomorrow morning to see how things are going.
Excellent. How was that?
Could you hear all those professional phrases more clearly?
I hope so. And I hope you're starting to feel more confident about using these phrases in your own professional life.
Now, Paul, I think this is a good time to talk about some important aspects of business communication. What do you think?
Absolutely. There are some key principles that make business communication effective.
Let's start with the most important one, being direct but polite.
Yes, in business English, especially in Western business culture, it's important to be clear and direct. Don't be too vague or indirect.
But at the same time, you need to remain polite and professional. You can't just say, I can't do this, without explanation.
Exactly. Notice how you in our dialogue were direct about the problem, but you were also polite and solution-oriented.
I didn't just say, I can't finish by Friday. I explained why, gave specific information about my progress, and offered 2 possible solutions.
This is the key to good business communication. Be honest about problems, but always come with solutions or suggestions.
Right. Never just complain or present a problem without thinking about possible solutions.
The second important principle is being specific and concrete.
Yes, vague language is not helpful in business. If someone asks about your progress, don't say, I'm working on it, or it's going okay.
Instead, give specific information like you did. I've completed 60%. The research is done, but the final sections need more work.
This level of specificity helps everyone understand the situation clearly and make informed decisions.
The third principle is timing. Notice that you brought this problem to my attention early, not at the last minute.
This is so important. If you realize you're going to miss a deadline, tell your manager or team as soon as possible.
Waiting until the day before the deadline to say, I can't finish, is very unprofessional and doesn't give anyone time to help or find solutions.
You even acknowledged this in the dialogue. You said, I appreciate you bringing this to my attention early.
Early communication about problems is always better than late communication. It shows responsibility and professionalism.
The fourth principle is maintaining a positive, problem-solving attitude.
Yes. Even when discussing problems or challenges, try to stay positive and focus on solutions.
I didn't say, this is impossible, or there's no way I can finish this. I presented the challenge calmly and offered options.
This kind of attitude makes you a valuable team member.
People want to work with solution-oriented colleagues, not complainers.
The fifth principle is showing appreciation and acknowledging help.
Right. Notice how you thanked me for understanding and for offering help. This builds positive relationships.
In business, relationships matter. You want your colleagues and managers to know that you appreciate their support and flexibility.
Even simple phrases like, thank you for your time, or I appreciate your help, go a long way.
Now, let's talk about some other common
Business situations and useful phrases for them.
Great idea. Let's start with meetings. What are some essential phrases for meetings?
Well, if you want to contribute an idea, you might say, I'd like to suggest, or what if we...
If you disagree with someone, you need to do it politely. You could say, I see your point, but have you considered? Or, that's an interesting perspective. However, I think...
If you don't understand something in a meeting, never just sit there confused. Say, could you clarify that point? Or, I'm not sure I follow. Could you explain that again?
And if you want to bring the discussion back to the main topic, you could say, let's get back to the main issue. Or, can we refocus on the agenda?
All of these help you participate effectively in meetings without being rude or passive.
Now, what about emails? Business emails have some specific conventions.
Yes. Always start with an appropriate greeting. Dear Mr. Smith for formal emails, hi Paul for colleagues you know well.
In the first line, state your purpose clearly. I'm writing to follow up on, or I wanted to update you on, or I'm reaching out regarding.
Keep your emails concise and well organized. Use short paragraphs and bullet points if you have multiple items to discuss.
And always end professionally. Best regards, kind regards, or sincerely are all appropriate.
Never forget to proofread. Emails with typos or grammar mistakes look unprofessional.
Now, let's talk about phone calls. Business phone calls can be intimidating for English learners.
They can be, but there are standard phrases that make them easier. When you answer, you might say, Good morning, this is Emily speaking. How can I help you?
When you're calling someone, start with, Hello, this is Paul from XYZ Company. May I speak with Mr. Johnson?
If the person isn't available, you can say, Could you ask him to call me back? Or would you mind taking a message?
And if you need to put someone on hold, always ask permission. Would you mind holding for a moment? Or can I put you on hold briefly?
These standard phrases make phone calls much less stressful because you know exactly what to say.
Now, let's discuss presentations. Many people find business presentations challenging.
They do, but again, there are useful standard phrases. To start a presentation, you might say, Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. Today, I'm going to talk about...
To move between topics, you can say, Now let's move on to, or I'd now like to turn to.
To emphasize important points, the key point here is, or it's crucial to note that.
And to conclude, to sum up, or in conclusion, or let me recap the main points.
These transitional phrases help your presentation flow smoothly and help your audience follow along.
What about networking events? Those can be awkward for anyone, but especially in a second language.
True, but there are some helpful phrases. To introduce yourself, Hi, I'm Emily. I work in marketing at ABC Company.
To show interest in someone, what do you do? Or what brings you to this event? Or how long have you been in this industry?
To exchange contact information, it was great meeting you. Could we exchange business cards?
I'd love to stay in touch. What's the best way to reach you?
And to politely end a conversation, it's been great talking with you. I should probably circulate a bit more, but let's stay in touch.
These phrases help you navigate networking events more confidently.
Now, Emily, I think we should talk about some common mistakes that English learners make in business situations.
Excellent idea. One common mistake is being too casual in formal situations.
Right. With colleagues you know well, it's fine to be casual. But with clients, senior managers, or people you don't know well, maintain a professional tone.
For example, don't say hey to your company CEO. Say good morning or hello.
And don't use slang or very informal expressions in formal emails or meetings.
Another mistake is translating directly from your native language.
Yes, sometimes direct translations sound very strange or even rude in English. It's better to learn English phrases as complete units.
For example, in some languages, it's polite to say I want, but in English, this can sound demanding. It's better to say I would like or could I have?
Another common mistake is not asking questions when you don't understand something.
This is so important. If you don't understand something in a meeting or in an email, ask for clarification. Don't just guess.
It's much better to say, I'm sorry, could you clarify that? Than to misunderstand and make a mistake later.
Everyone respects someone who asks questions. It shows you're paying attention and you care about getting things right.
Another mistake is writing emails that are too long or too vague.
Yes, business email should be concise and clear. Get to the point quickly and organize your information logically.
Nobody wants to read a 3-page email about a simple question.
And conversely, don't be so brief that you're unclear or seem rude. Find the balance between concise and complete.
Now let's talk about cultural differences in business communication.
This is fascinating. Business communication styles vary significantly around the world.
In Western business cultures, especially American and British, people tend to value directness and efficiency.
They want you to get to the point quickly and clearly. They appreciate when people speak up in meetings and share their opinions.
But in some Asian business cultures, indirect communication is more valued. People might be more subtle and may not directly disagree in meetings.
Neither style is better. They're just different. But if you're working in an international environment or in Western companies, it's helpful to know these expectations.
Right. You don't have to completely change your style, but being aware of these differences helps you communicate more effectively.
Another cultural difference is around time. In some cultures, being exactly on time is crucial. In others, there's more flexibility.
In most Western business environments, punctuality is very important. If a meeting starts at 9, you should be there at 9, not 9:10.
And if you're going to be late, always communicate this in advance. Send a message saying, "I apologize, but I'm running 10 minutes late."
These small courtesies show respect for other people's time.
Now, I think we
should share some personal experiences about business English. Paul, do you have any stories?
I do. When I first started working in an international company, I was quite nervous about conference calls.
Conference calls can be challenging. What happened?
Well, in my first big conference call with international clients, I was too nervous to speak. I had some good ideas, but I was afraid my English wasn't good enough.
So what did you do?
Nothing. I just listened for the whole meeting. And afterwards, my manager talked to me and said, "Paul, you have valuable insights. Don't be afraid to share them."
That's good advice.
Yes, and it taught me that even if my English wasn't perfect, my ideas were valuable. People would understand me even if I made small grammar mistakes.
That's such an important lesson. Native speakers make mistakes too. What matters is clear communication, not perfect grammar.
Exactly. After that, I made a conscious effort to speak up in meetings, even if I had to say, "Sorry, how do you say," or "Let me rephrase that."
And people respected that, right?
They did. I realized that being engaged and contributing was more important than being perfectly fluent.
I had a similar experience with business emails. When I started working, I would spend hours writing one email because I wanted it to be perfect.
Many people do that.
But eventually, I learned that business emails don't need to be literary masterpieces. They need to be clear, polite, and effective.
Right. Simple, direct language is usually better than trying to sound overly sophisticated.
Exactly. Now I can write a clear, professional email in 5 minutes instead of spending an hour on it.
That's a valuable skill. Time management is important in business.
Another thing I learned was about asking for help. At first, I was embarrassed to ask questions because I thought it would make me look incompetent.
Oh, I felt the same way.
But then I realized that asking questions actually shows you're engaged and you want to do things correctly.
Absolutely. Nobody expects you to know everything, especially when you're new to a job or a project.
And I found that my colleagues were always happy to help when I asked politely. They appreciated that I wanted to understand things properly.
That's such an important point. Asking questions is a sign of professionalism, not weakness.
I also learned about the importance of following up. In business, things can get busy and people might forget to respond to your email or complete a task.
Right. Following up is crucial.
At first, I was afraid to follow up because I didn't want to seem pushy or annoying.
But polite follow-ups are completely normal and expected in business.
Exactly. Now I know that sending a polite follow-up email like, "I just wanted to follow up on my previous email," or "I wanted to check in on the status of this project," is perfectly professional.
These phrases show you're organized and on top of things, not that you're annoying.
Another lesson I learned was about managing expectations. When someone asks you to do something, it's important to be honest about what you can realistically accomplish.
This is so important. It's better to underpromise and overdeliver than the opposite.
Right. If
you think a project will take 5 days, tell your manager it will take 6 or 7 days. Then if you finish in 5 days, you look great.
But if you promise 3 days and it actually takes 7, you look unreliable.
Exactly. Being honest and realistic about timelines shows professionalism and builds trust.
Now, I think we should listen to our dialogue one more time at natural speed.
Great idea. By now, you should understand almost everything. Listen for all those business phrases we've discussed.
Pay attention to the tone, the politeness, and how the problem is handled professionally.
Ready? Here we go. Good morning, Paul. Do you have a moment? I need to discuss something important with you.
Of course, Emily. Come in and have a seat. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm working on the marketing report for the Johnson account, and I've run into a bit of a problem.
Oh, what kind of problem?
The thing is, the deadline is Friday, but I've just realized there's much more data to analyze than I originally thought. I'm concerned I won't be able to finish on time.
I see. That is concerning. Have you made much progress so far?
I've completed about 60% of the report. The research and initial analysis are done, but the final sections are taking longer than expected.
Okay, let me think. This report is quite important for our meeting with the client next week. What do you think would be a realistic timeline?
If I could have until Monday afternoon, I'm confident I could deliver a high-quality report. Alternatively, I could finish by Friday if someone could assist me with a data analysis.
I appreciate you bringing this to my attention early. Let me see if Michael from the analytics team can help you out. In the meantime, keep me posted on your progress.
That would be incredibly helpful. Thank you so much for understanding.
No problem. We're a team, and it's important that we deliver quality work. Let's touch base tomorrow morning to see how things are going.
Wonderful. How did that sound? I hope you understood so much more this time.
The difference between the first listen and the third listen should be dramatic.
That's the power of breaking down the language and understanding exactly what each phrase means and how it's used.
Now let's do one final review of all our key business phrases.
Perfect. Let's go through them with quick example sentences.
Number 1, do you have a moment? Example, excuse me, Emily, do you have a moment? I need to ask you about the project.
Number 2, what's on your mind? Example, you seem concerned. What's on your mind?
Number 3, ran into a problem. Example, we were planning the event, but we ran into a budget problem.
Number 4, the thing is, I'd love to join you for lunch. The thing is, I already have plans.
Number 5, I'm concerned. Example, I'm concerned that we might not meet the deadline.
Number 6, realistic timeline. Let's discuss a realistic timeline for this project.
Number 7, I'm confident I could deliver. Example, I'm confident I could deliver this presentation by Friday.
Number 8, alternatively, we could meet in person. Alternatively, we could have a video conference. Excellent.
Number 9, bring to someone's attention. Example, I wanted to bring this issue to your attention.
Number 10, help out. Example, can you help me out with this report?
Number 11, in the meantime. Example, the package will arrive tomorrow. In the meantime, use the old equipment.
Number 12, keep me posted. Example, I'm traveling next week. Keep me posted on any important developments.
Number 13, touch base. Example, let's touch base next Monday to discuss the progress.
Perfect. These 13 phrases will make you sound much more professional and natural in business situations.
Now, before we finish, let's give our listeners some homework.
Yes, practice makes perfect. Here's what we want you to do this week.
First, listen to this episode at least 2 more times. Each time you listen, you'll notice new details and remember more phrases.
Second, choose 5 of the 13 business phrases we learned today. Write your own example sentences using these phrases.
Third, if you work in a business environment, try to use at least 3 of these phrases this week. Notice how native speakers respond to them.
And fourth, practice the dialogue. You can practice it with a friend or even practice both roles yourself. This will help the phrases become natural for you.
Remember, learning a language is not just about understanding. It's about using it.
The more you practice these phrases in real situations, the more natural they'll become.
Now, let's do a pronunciation practice. We'll say each phrase slowly and clearly. Repeat after us.
Ready? Let's go.
Do you have a moment?
Do you have a moment?
What's on your mind?
What's on your mind?
Run into a problem.
Run into a problem.
The thing is.
The thing is.
I'm concerned.
I'm concerned.
Realistic timeline.
Realistic timeline.
I'm confident I could deliver.
I'm confident I could deliver.
Alternatively.
Alternatively.
Bring to your attention.
Bring to your attention.
Help out.
Help out.
In the meantime.
In the meantime.
Keep me posted.
Keep me posted.
Touch base.
Touch base. Excellent. How did that feel? I hope you practiced along with us.
Pronunciation practice is so important. The more you say these phrases out loud, the more comfortable you'll become using them.
Now, let's talk about some additional tips for improving your business English.
Great idea. Tip number 1, read business articles and reports in English.
This helps you become familiar with business vocabulary and formal writing styles. Try reading publications like The Wall Street Journal, The Economist, or Harvard Business Review.
You don't need to understand every word. Just getting exposed to the language and style is helpful.
Tip number 2. Watch business presentations on YouTube or TED Talks.
This helps you see how professionals present ideas and communicate in formal settings.
Pay attention to their body language, their tone, and the phrases they use to transition between topics.
Tip number 3, practice writing business emails.
Even if you don't need to send them, practice writing emails for different
Situations. Write an email requesting information, following up on a meeting, or apologizing for a delay.
This practice helps you become comfortable with business email conventions and vocabulary.
Tip number 4. Join professional groups or forums in English.
This gives you opportunities to practice business English in real contexts. LinkedIn groups or industry-specific forums are great for this.
You can read discussions, ask questions, and gradually start contributing your own thoughts.
Tip number 5. Find a language exchange partner who works in a similar field.
This way, you can practice business conversations that are relevant to your actual work.
You can role-play common business situations like meetings, presentations, or negotiations.
Tip number 6. Don't be afraid to use the phrases you've learned.
This is the most important tip. Many learners understand these phrases but never actually use them because they're nervous.
But the only way to become comfortable is to practice. Start with low-stakes situations and gradually build up your confidence.
Remember that everyone makes mistakes, and most people are very understanding when you're speaking a second language.
Okay, Paul, I think we've covered everything we wanted to talk about today.
We really have. This has been such a comprehensive episode about business English.
I hope our listeners feel much more confident about using English in professional situations now.
Before we finish, let's do one more quick review. Let's say all 13 business phrases one more time, but really fast.
Okay. Do you have a moment? What's on your mind? Run into a problem? The thing is, I'm concerned. Realistic timeline? I'm confident I could deliver. Alternatively, bring to your attention. Help out. In the meantime, keep me posted. Touch base.
Perfect. Those are your 13 essential business English phrases.
If you remember just these 13 phrases, you'll already sound much more professional and natural in business English.
Now, we want to remind everyone that you can find the transcript of this episode on our website at EnglishClub.com.
The transcript has every word we said written down, so you can read along and study the phrases in detail.
We also have vocabulary lists, practice exercises, and a community forum where you can ask questions and practice with other learners.
And please, leave us a comment. Tell us about your experiences with business English. What situations do you find most challenging?
Your feedback helps us create better content that addresses your specific needs.
Okay, everyone, it's time for us to wrap up episode 2.
Thank you so much for listening to English Club Podcast.
We hope you've learned a lot today and feel more confident about using business English.
Remember to practice those 13 phrases this week.
And listen to this episode again. Each time you listen, you'll understand more and remember more.
We'll be back soon with episode 3, where we'll cover another important aspect of English learning.
Until then, keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, don't be afraid to use your English.
Mistakes are how we learn and improve.
Be confident, be professional, and remember that communication is more important than perfection.
Action.
Thank you again for listening to English Club Podcast, Episode 2.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Paul.
Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next episode.
Keep learning.
And keep speaking English.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.